Welcome to 100 Dungeons. This is a playthrough tutorial so that you can get to grips with the game and start playing as quickly as possible. This is one of the little dungeons that is in the booklet of 100. And I'm going to talk you through a little bit about how the dungeon is set up and how you can complete this first challenge. The dungeon itself, this bit just here, is a small grid with an entrance arrow and an exit arrow. And this is our entrance square, and this is our exit square. Inside the dungeon, we've got gemstones, so this one here and this one here. And in this dungeon, we also have a treasure chest, which has a letter in it, the letter A. That'll be important later on if we want to score the maximum points from this dungeon. Over here on the left-hand side, you can see how we score. If this gemstone here and this gemstone here contain the same letter at the end, we'd score 3 points each. So that would be a total of 6 we could get. If we've incorporated this treasure chest into our path of words, that gives us 2 points at the end. And then finally, if we're able to write words of 5 or more, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, that's the most we can use in this dungeon, we would score 4 points each for a maximum of 16. The basic play is really simple. Each turn we write a series of letters into the dungeon, either horizontally or vertically, and once we do that, at the end of the turn we check that all the letters in the dungeon make sense. So for example, on my first turn, I could write the letters R, E, A and D vertically in the dungeon, and that forms the word read. It also touches our starting square just here, and we've picked up our first gemstone with the letter R. That means that if we want to score the second gemstone and the first, this is going to need an R in it. I'll leave that over here to remind us. Okay, what should we play next? Well, we want to pick up this treasure chest at some point. We want to play some words that are 5 or more letters from. So I'm going to play the letters U, N, T, I, and E. Let's see what that does. Well, that connects to our first word read, and it also creates the word auntie with the word read. And really importantly, it connects with the letter A to form the word at. Every time we finish a turn, everything in the dungeon has to make sense. And at the moment it does. Read, auntie, and at. Okay, what's next? Well, that actually also gives me one of my 5-letter words. And I'm just going to mark it off over here on the word length, just to show that I've got one of the 4 for this dungeon. Okay, next. Now, I want to set myself up for a 5-letter word across here. So I'm going to play a G and an N. That forms the word nat with A and T, and it doesn't mess around with anything else. So same as before, everything in the dungeon still makes sense. Next up, I could play down here, but the turn that you place a letter on the exit square here ends the turn, and I don't want to end the turn just yet because I want to try and get as many of these word length scores as possible. Let's play the letters A, U, and C, and H. That forms the word raunch, and that gives us another 5-letter word. There. Everything else in the dungeon still makes sense. There are no bits of words or words that aren't actually words at all, just letters jumbled together, which means we can end the game by playing, well, I need to get this R to score my gemstones, so I'm going to score with cheer here. Okay, fantastic. We've exited the dungeon. We've played another 5-letter word, or 5+ letter word, because we've actually got 2 6-letter words in there. I didn't get the final one here, so there is another way through this dungeon that would allow me to get more points. So let's see what we got. We got the R and the R, so those gemstones are matching, worth 3 each, which gives us 6. We got this because it is connected to the word nat. That's for 2. And we got 1, 2, 3 of our word length scores for 12. And that gets me a total score of 18. That's a pretty good score. this here tells me there is a better score in there. Maybe you can find it. And that's how to play Word Dungeon. All the words that you use have to be words in the English language with no abbreviations and no proper nouns.